Hello. Hi, everybody. Hello, students and any family members that are watching right now. Today we have our next countdown link to take care of. And today, instead of a story, what I have is a list of things that I wanted to just talk about before school happens. Some of it is new information and some of it is reminder information. Okay, so first let's start with what we have been beginning with. Hope you have your chain. Each day a little bit less as we cut it. Make an S, but do not wait. Go back up and shut the gate, or close the gate. All right, so that's today's numeral. Numeral is the written example. Some people call it number. I try to make a difference between numeral and number. This is the number 8, the amount 8. The numeral 8 looks like this. Other people say number for both, but I try to make a distinction or difference between their exactness. Okay, so number 8, with me or afterward. I'm cutting that now. Right there. Ta-da! Taking that one out, and that is for tomorrow. I'm enjoying looking at this chain and realizing that each day it gets shorter, which means the time to wait for kindergarten to happen is also getting shorter. Okay, so some things for today that I wanted to just mention, remind, or tell for the first time. Welcome to room 103. I'm looking forward to your arrival on the first day of school. Older kids in grades 1 through 12, at Bryant it's grades 1 through 5, will be in school already a few days before kindergarten begins, which means that, I'll mention Jumpstart here. Many of us came to Jumpstart, but I don't think everybody did. When we had Jumpstart in the summertime, it was just kindergarten students and just kindergarten families, and that was about 85 students plus family. When school happens for real, Bryant has almost 500 students. So where we had 4 lines that were easy to find, when everyone comes to school, there's many lines, about 20 or 21 lines of students from grades kindergarten, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th grades. So 6 grades, kindergarten, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. That's a lot of people. They will be kind of settled because they have their exciting first day already. But we'll be watching and taking care of and helping you find your place and then be ready to enter the building. On the first day of school, we're going to let all the other kids go in first. And then we'll take our time, so it will feel a little bit more like Jumpstart did, where it's just us outside, last hug, high five, goodbye, kiss, and hug to your family members as they kind of step back and away. And then the 4 lines of kindergarten classes, number 101, 102, 103, that's us, and 104 will then be left in the spots, and then we'll start walking towards the doors politely and sharing the space with everybody else. So just be ready for a lot of people out there. I'm going to try to take a video on one of the days, maybe even the first day of school, and send it to you so you have a kind of visual idea of how busy it will be. All nice people, there's just a lot of them. So keeping track of that. 103, during Jumpstart, was famous because there were 3 teachers. Remember? 103, 3 teachers. I like when math happens like that. 103, in Jumpstart, there was me, Ms. Lau, and Mr. Fisher. When regular school starts, Jumpstart, is a half day. So as a reminder, when you come to school, it will be a full day. 2 halves make a whole 1. And so we had a morning for 3 hours. Full school, full day is 6 hours. 3 hours in the morning plus 3 hours in the afternoon makes a total of 6. So that's a full kindergarten day. When you come to school on the first days of school, 103 will still be fortunate. 103 to have 3 teachers. I will be there. Ms. Lau will be there. Mr. Fisher had to return to his regular school with his other regular kindergarten students, but we have a new teacher joining us called Ms. Oberg. Now, if you remember when we learned something new during Jumpstart, we put it into our brain 3 times. Let's do that right now with her name. Ms. Oberg, Ms. Oberg, Ms. Oberg, and then we press it so it sticks. That helps us remember that. Ms. Oberg will be joining us. She'll be the 3rd teacher of the set of 3. I have to remember to take my time and speak slowly. Because when I get excited, I tend to speak quickly, and I'm really, really excited about you coming to school very soon because you're going to be in room 103 with me and 2 other teachers, and I'm really excited. It happened. Okay. Okay. Take a breath. I'm excited for you to come to room 103. Even though when I get excited, I tend to speak quickly. I'm glad you're coming. Okay, let's see. Now, when you are preparing for school, for those real full days, you don't need to bring anything because the PTSA, that's a Parent Teacher Student Association. P for parent, T for teacher, S for student, A for association, PTSA. They have a plan that they communicated with your families about supplies. So you don't need to bring any school learning supplies like paper or pencil boxes or stuff. That's all in the room waiting for you. That came one of the last days of Jumpstart. There were volunteer parents who helped bring in big boxes of supplies. So we have those already. What you do need to remember to keep track of and bring and put your name on is a water bottle, so you can drink water and sip water at your desk every day when you feel the need to hydrate, which means take water into your body to stay healthy. Keeps your brain functioning also. And lunch in some container, lunch box, lunch bag, lunch suitcase. No, that would be too big. Yeah, you don't need a suitcase. Unless you're really, really hungry. No, that's too big. And those should be labeled because those are the items that leave our classroom because you bring it to the cafeteria. Remember the cafeteria? Or the water bottle and your lunch bag. And sometimes people, as we saw during Jumpstart, forget things on the table and for them to be returned to you. If your name is on it, it can come back to our room very quickly. If your name is not on it, sometimes it takes a couple of days for it to make its way to our room. If you're able to write a 3 on the property, water bottle and lunch bag, that will help it get to our room even quicker if it's left behind or left outside sometime, or 103. But your name is the best part, so if you can ask your grown-ups if it's okay, if they could write your name somewhere on the label, or they can use a special permanent marker to write on your property. Because property management is what we call in class when you take care of your stuff, and because it's new school and routines and a long day and things that we want to help you manage your property successfully by having your property with you all the time when you need it. I will send a message to you about Spirit Days. Those are the days like we wore kind of familiar and similar clothing, which was fun to have that. I'm checking with the other teachers about that, but 103 will definitely do that, and I will send a message to your parents about that. A little bit of information about school coming up. The full day is very close to what the half day or the Jumpstart days were like, just so you know. We meet outside, you bring your property in, we'll leave it in the hallway for a little bit while we come into the room. Tables will look different. I don't have you with assigned, which means here's where you sit because I said so. You have lots of days where you choose where to sit. Almost every day for several weeks, I give you the chance to choose where to sit. Just helps you see the room from different places, from the side or from the back or right up front. It also lets you meet more people because everyone else around you will be changing their seat choices as well. So it's a great way of meeting more people instead of the 2 people who you'd sit with every single day. That will come later, but not for the first several weeks. Similarly for the closet, there's no name cards or anything on the closet shelves or by the closet hooks because I'd like you to just choose that spot for a while. We will do as we did during Jumpstart. Your coat or jacket, if you have one, goes on a hook inside that closet box, and then there's 2 shelves above it. I call them closet shelves. I know preschool they call them cubbies. It's just not, it's a preschool word I don't use, so I do say closet shelves. Closet shelf, closet shelf, closet shelf. Press it so it sticks. And then you put your other property up on top. Something different that we did not do during Jumpstart is at the tables and the desks where you're sitting, when you look underneath the desk, there's a shelf in there. That shelf is where you keep school supplies, such as books or your toolbox, and we'll show you how we organize those. There's an L letter on the left side, and there's an R letter on the R side to help you know where to put things. We usually put our books on the R side. We consider them resources. R for resources. So our books will go on that side. And the L side is where we usually put our toolbox and extra masks and things like that. So keeping that in mind, that we'll explain all that, of course, to you, and we'll do a little bit each day. So there's lots of time to learn all of that. In kindergarten, I am famous for repeating myself to help people remember how to do things. In kindergarten, I'm famous for repeating myself to help people in kindergarten. No. I think I just did that. I just repeated myself. Didn't I? Was that me? Yes. Okay. This is for your parents. Okay. Then we'll help you with property, and then we'll do things similar to as we did during Jumpstart. Putting things away, come up to the front. Remember we took attendance, we looked at name cards and asked who was here and called people's names. That's called taking attendance. Then there's some reading type work, some letter work, some word work, some picture looking. We just do have morning recess again. There's math time, and math includes numerals and number, and also things like geometry, which means shapes or measurement or patterns or computation. Those are things we do over the many days of kindergarten we have ahead. We'll do a little bit of math each day and a little bit of what's called ELA, English Language Arts. That's the reading, words, letter, things that I spoke of a minute ago. Somewhere in there, teachers don't have our final class schedule yet. That's coming next week. So I will share that with your family when it's confirmed and made true. And I'll share it with you when we are in class. Then at some point there's lunch again, like it was before. 20 minutes to eat, which means lots of eating time and less talking time, because 20 minutes goes by quickly. And then exit, as we did during Jumpstart, out that hallway. Lunch boxes, we're working on a plan for them right now. And then outside lunch recess. This time, because other people are in the building, when we leave the cafeteria, clean, taking your property with you, not leaving anything on floor or on table, because first graders come into the cafeteria in a few minutes after we leave, and then second graders and third graders and fourth graders and fifth graders. We enter the cafeteria at the beginning of the day, and we want to leave it as clean as when we arrive. Then in the afternoon we have things, depending on the day, science, art. We did meet Miss Kristen one day. PE, we did meet Mr. B. We did not meet Ms. Weinman yet, but we will. Library time and tech time when we work with computers, iPads or laptops. That's in many days ahead. That doesn't happen the first day or even the first week. I will let you know about the schedule every day so you can know what's happening. That's an easy way with pictures and words. I also have a schedule with pictures and words at the front to help you know how to start the day. Remember chairs down, how we took chairs down first before we did anything for safety, holding it, and then backing up and putting it down? I have a schedule that shows you how to take care of chair down and then backpack off and backpack off and jacket off. Because there's a lot of things to get started at the beginning of the day, and I'll help you with that every day. And you can look up front and see the picture list of how to follow that and do each thing in the right order for everyone in the room to be safe while all of that activity is happening. So lots and lots of repeating from teachers and reminding from teachers, and then you watching other people to see what they're doing and see if you've done that or you're doing the same thing, because that will be a way for people to use other people in the classroom, peers, which means friends in the classroom, classmates, to see what they are doing and then do the same right things that they are doing as well. Yes, and then we start coming to school every day in a row, not just for 5 days or half days like Jumpstart was, but full days at school each day. We do start on a Monday like Jumpstart did, and then we come to school on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You have 2 days off, weekend. What is a weekend? That's the 2 days you don't come to school, and then school repeats again the following week. I think that's everything. That was a lot, but I want to be sure that you're having good information. We'll continue with the countdown in the next bunch of days. Excuse me. In the next bunch of days. But today I thought was a good day to give you information. It can be in there, and then you can watch this video again if you wanted to hear something again, to be sure. Last small thing for now, I'm just going to put it out there. I don't always say the words the same way that you do. That's called an accent. I did not grow up or live the first part of my life in Seattle. I grew up in a different place. And sometimes people who live in different places talk differently than other people who live in other different places. Sometimes people speak a completely different language. Do you know anybody who knows words in another language or speaks another language often? I know a few languages. The English one is the one I'm speaking about now. I grew up in a place called the Bronx. It's in New York. It's on the East Coast. And people from that place speak differently than people who live in Seattle speak. And so I'm just pointing out some things. I'm not saying them wrong. I'm just saying them differently. Just as, you know, when you see someone who looks different than you just accept that. They look differently than you. You hear someone speak differently than you just accept that and know that they speak differently. So when I say things like long, I mean the word that you say, long. When I say we're going to walk to the cafeteria, that means you would say the word walk. So walk, talk, long, mother, father, parents, water. Those are all words that I say differently than you do. But I think you understand mother, father, parents, water, walk, talk, long, or orange. When you say the colors of the rainbow, you probably say red, yellow, orange, blue, green, purple. I say red, orange, yellow, blue, green, purple. I try to say purple, but sometimes it comes out as purple. That's just how I grew up speaking the words. So I know you'll be kind and patient with me and other people who speak differently. And if you wanted to use the word orange, feel free, you can. Which reminds me, makes me think of a joke that I know. I like jokes, and I usually teach a joke almost every day, and at the end of the week we make a jokes book that you can read and take home. And so I have one joke to start with. It's a knock-knock joke. People call it a classic. This is for your parents. People call it a classic, and here's how it goes. Knock, knock. You say, who's there? Orange. You say, orange. Knock, knock. You say, who's there? Orange. You say, orange who? Knock, knock. You say, who's there? Orange. You say, orange who? Knock, knock. You say, who's there? Banana. You say, banana who? Aren't you glad I didn't say orange? Get it? Aren't you? Aren't you? Yeah, because that's another wordplay joke, and it includes the accent. The jokes do get better. Okay, I'm going to stop here. I think this was a good amount of information for you to have. Put it someplace in your brain, and as I said, you don't have to remember it all the first day of school, because I like to repeat myself. I like to repeat myself. I like to repeat myself when students need reminders. So lots of help and support and reminders from me to help you be successful in kindergarten. I look forward to seeing you in days ahead. There are a few days left where school has not happened yet. I hope you enjoy them with your family, doing whatever cool things you like to do with your family and by yourself. Thinking about school ahead, getting good exercise outside, rest when you need it, and thinking about your water bottle and your lunchbox and whatever you're going to carry things with and in, like a backpack. If you find yourself with a question that I didn't talk about yet, you can wait until school starts and I will answer questions about how does something happen, or when, or how does this work, and I will explain that to you. If something feels really important right now that you're curious about, you can have your dad or mom or grandma, grandpa, whoever's helping take care of you, send me a message, an email message, and I will answer if you have a question about school stuff. But there are many days we'll be together when I will be able to show, explain, repeat, remind, demonstrate, and guide you to know exactly how things are done in room 103. I seriously am so thrilled you are in room 103 with me. This is a very important year for me, and I'm greatly looking forward to you being in my class and me being in your company every day for the many days ahead that will be the successful, famous, sentimental year that is 2022 into 2023 in kindergarten at Bryant in room 103. Me and you and them all together. I'm thinking about you a lot every day. I'll see you soon, and I look forward to our time together. Bye, everybody.